Hi, I'm Reen Wilcoxon from Embroidery Garden, and today I've got a brand new In the Hoop Designer software tutorial for you. I'm going to show you how to take one of the many built-in In the Hoop zipper bag templates and with a few changes be able to stitch it out using a lace-edged zipper. The whole idea of using these types of zippers is to keep the edge exposed to give your project a really cute, fun, unique look. Let's head over to In the Hoop Designer software and I'll show you how easy it is. I've opened up In the Hoop Designer software. To get to one of the In the Hoop bag templates, I'm going to click on the In the Hoop wizard. When the wizard opens, under Template, click Open, and then you're going to want to drop down to Zipper Bags number 3. Number 3 refers to the size of zipper. Number 3 zippers are usually about 1 inch wide. Number 5 zippers are 1¼ inches wide. The lace zippers are number 3s, so make sure you pick a bag from number 3. You can choose any of the bags you want. I'm just going to go ahead and choose the square 8x8 bag and click OK. It puts it in the wizard, and you can change some things here. You can customize some things if you want. You can change the design here, this little flamingo. You can either go to the library and pick something of one of the built-in designs, or you could bring in a design you already have on your computer by choosing Custom, looking for your design, and then bringing it in. Now the instructions for the bag you will find under this instruction tab here. It'll open up the instructions where you can either print them out or follow along on your computer. Now the instructions for this bag will give you the piece sizes, the fabric dimensions that you need for it, but we're not going to be following the exact steps for a regular zipper bag that we will be using when we put in a lace zipper. I'm not going to make any customizations here. I'm going to go ahead and click OK and get the design onto the screen. My sample today, I'm not going to be stitching out any text or design on the front of my bag. If you want to have a design or a name on the front of your bag, that's perfectly fine. Just look over into the sequence window in the bottom right, and you'll notice that after the quilting is when you would either need to have some text stitch or a design stitched. I'm choosing again not to do either one, so I'm just going to delete both of those off of the template. There are a few things you need to understand about the zipper bag templates in the Hoop Designer software. To stitch out one of the templates, you're going to notice the first thing that we'll stitch would be a placement for the zipper. Next, you would have a tack down for that zipper after you placed it. Then you would be placing lining fabric and main front fabric for above the zipper, and they would get stitched down. Then you would be doing a decorative stitch. In this case, it's showing a bean stitch that will kind of hold those fabrics and batting in place. Next, you would be placing the lining piece and the main front fabric piece, and then they would get stitched down. After that, you'll have your quilting, and then there is another decorative stitch. This is again, it's showing up as a bean stitch that kind of caps off the end of the quilting. Then you have your step that attaches your back piece of fabric and your batting, and then the last step before you stitch that, you would place your lining down on the back side of the hoop and stitch the last step of the bag. To be able to use a lace zipper, we're going to be changing up a few things. So let's go over how we would do that when we are using a lace zipper. To use a lace zipper, again, we don't want to bury the lace edges into the seams like we do when we use a regular zipper. So we are still going to use the zipper placement line, although we're not going to be placing our zipper down after we stitch it. We're going to be using those two lines to place our fabrics. The next step then would normally tack the zipper down. We don't need that step. I suggest you leave it in the design And when you get to your machine, you can either stitch it out, it's not going to matter, or advance your machine to the next step and just skip over it. The next step again would put that lining piece and the front fabric piece that go above the zipper on, so we need that line. This line that holds the fabric and batting down, we're going to use this as our tack down for our lace edge zipper. But let's continue on. The next step, then we need to attach our lining fabric and our front main fabric. We can still do quilting on our bag, but then this step, this is our quilting here actually, then where this run stitch is, that caps off our quilting. But we're going to be using this stitch, and it is going to now be used to tack down the other edge of the zipper, the lace zipper. And then the last two steps that I talked about previously, they're still going to be the same. To use the lace zipper, we need to select the step that's going to tack down the fabric and the batting that is above the zipper. You notice that here it says it's a bean stitch. Remember I called it a decorative stitch. And we need the stitch that caps off the quilting, which is the run stitch that is right here. Let me go back again. One thing I want you to notice too, that if you cannot see that run stitch and all you see is the quilting, click the little plus sign and it's going to break it up into the quilting and then that run stitch that caps it off. We need that run stitch, and again, we need that stitch from the top edge of the zipper. We need both of these stitches, so with them selected, let's go up to the transform icon. Now, if you look at height, you're going to see that they are 0.8 inches apart. That's too wide. We're going to be using these stitches to stitch down our zipper, and it's barely going to catch those lace edges. So make sure that you uncheck maintain aspect ratio. Then we're going to change that height, the width that those lines are apart, to 0.55 and hit apply. While these lines are still selected, let's just change the color of both of them to the same color. I'm just going to pick a color. Now they are the same color. If we look back over here in the sequence, here they are. They're kind of highlighted right now. We need to get these two lines together, and they need to stitch right after the quilting. So if you see this one, it's already stitching after the quilting. So I'm going to select this one and just drag it down so that it is underneath. And I went one too far. They come directly after the quilting, and then we're going to be laying down our zipper, and then these two steps stitch it down in place. One thing you need to notice, that when we change the width of those two lines that are going to now stitch our lace zipper down, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit so you can see this. So when we change the width of those, our quilting now is not underneath that line like it was before. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select the lines so you can see them. It's this line here and this line here. We're concerned with this bottom line here. Let's select our quilting. I'm going to go to the center node that's right here, and I'm going to drag it up so that it is exactly centered underneath that line that's going to be stitching one of the edges of the zipper down. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see it. And right now what's selected is the quilting, and you can see that it is underneath that line that's going to tack down the bottom edge of the zipper. So that way the edge of the quilting is going to be hidden. Let's zoom back out again. If you want, you can change the quilting on the front of the bag. All you have to do is select it. It opens up the fill window in the upper right. You can use the drop-down menu. You can do stippling, you can create a shape inside, you can do advanced stippling, and let's see, I'll just pick advanced stippling. For the pattern, use the drop-down arrow, and you have all of these choices. I'm just going to do something really quick. Pick one of them. The pattern length, that's how far apart the quilting, the fill is going to be. Usually you have to bump this number up. I'll put in 30. We'll click apply and see what it looks like. All right, that looks good to me. You can change it, play around with numbers, make it whatever you want it to be. If you wanted to change the direction of the quilting, while it's selected, go to the shape tool that's going to edit that. You see this yellow line, grab one of the ends of it, and as you move it, you can see the angle changing. So I'm going to try dropping it down to like 45. Click off, and then you can see that it changed the direction. Stitch the first step onto the stabilizer. And remember, I said the second step, you could either go ahead and stitch it out or you could skip over it. I'm going to skip over it on my machine. We're going to take the hoop off of the machine and go to the table. There is that placement. I'm going to turn my hoop to the back side, placing it over a hoop and press pad. Going to take the first piece of fabric and I'm going to place it with the edge, even with this top line of stitching. Tape it in place and turn the hoop to the front side. I'm going to place the piece of main fabric right side down. The piece on the back side was also right side down. I'm going to place this piece right side down, even with that top line of stitching. Tape it if you want, and take it back to the machine. First, I'm going to go to the back side of the machine, remove my tape, fold this piece up, and I'm going to press it in place. I have my hoop and press pad underneath, so I'm just going to give this a quick press, and I'm going to tape it back down in place. While I'm still on the back side, I'm going to take the next piece of lining fabric, lay it right side down, even with that bottom line of stitching, that bottom placement line, tape it in place, go to the front side of the hoop. I'm going to place the piece of batting that goes above the zipper and fold this piece of fabric up. Make sure it's nice and smooth and press it in place. Take the next piece of fabric, lay it right side down, and match the edge up to that placement line. Go ahead and tape it down, and then we're going to go back to the machine. I'm going to stitch these two fabrics to the stabilizer. And lay your batting down. Bring the fabric down over top of the batting and give it a nice press. The next step is going to stitch the quilting in the bag. The quilting is done stitching, and remember, if you added any text or design to the front of the bag, it would need to stitch now. I'm going to go on and go to the back side, and this piece is going to get folded down and pressed into place. Now it's time to place the zipper. We're going to place it centered over this area. You want to make sure that the pull is out of the hoop. Now what I've noticed is the little dots inside the zipper, that I can line those up so that the bottom 3 dots have fabric under them, and the exact same thing at the top. I'm going to get this taped in place, and then I'm going to zoom in so you can really see what I'm talking about. Now that I have it taped in place, I'm going to bring it a little bit closer to you so you can see what I meant when I talked about the 3 dots. So these 3 dots in the zipper, you can see the fabric. These bottom 2 dots, there's stabilizer there. The same thing here. These 3 dots, you can see the edge of the fabric. The 2 dots has stabilizer. I make sure that that is going across in that same visible pattern, tape it down, and then the next step is going to stitch along the long edges of the zipper. Now you can either use a contrasting color of thread or a thread that blends in. You can see where the zipper got stitched down. Now we're going to go to the back side of the hoop, and you can see the stitching from the back side, and you can see where it looks very nice and very neat. It is very close to the edge of those two folds. At this point, I'm going to trim the stabilizer out from behind the zipper. Be careful, don't cut into your zipper or do not cut into the fabric. To the front side of the hoop, going to unzip the zipper halfway, and then you're going to follow the instructions for the last two steps of the design. I'm not going to stitch it out, but you would take the piece of fabric, the larger piece of fabric, right side down on the front side of the hoop, put your batting on top of that, and the next step, we'll stitch a line here that attaches these two pieces. After that is stitched, you'll go to the back side of the hoop. You'll take your lining piece, place it right side down on the back side, make sure that you tape it down, and the last step will stitch around, leaving an opening at the bottom. You'll take it out of the hoop and you'll follow the instructions for the rest of the design, for trimming it, etc., that are in the Hoop Designer software. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Stay tuned for a photo I'll be posting of this finished bag, and be sure to subscribe to Embroidery Garden's YouTube channel. Thanks.